Guess what, Dana?
Are we live?
Yes, we are.
Yay!
Hi, everybody.
I always look forward to this so much.
Me too. I'm so glad. Mr. I Love the Ant says, does anybody need a link? There should be a link in the video description. And full disclosure, if you've had the page open for a little bit, you might have to reload it because I forgot and I only added the link about half an hour ago. So you might have to refresh. But the link to download the Poirot episode is in the video description. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dana.
Hello. Hi, everybody. So Debbie watched the Poirot. Debbie, no spoilers. We're watching it together, so don't give away the ending. Also, we're watching just the first half, right?
Yes, just the first half.
So
watched Poirot not once but twice. That's a little Andrew Dice Clay because we're watching Hickory Dickory Dock.
Okay.
Which, you know, one of Andrew Dice Clay's famous / infamous routines was his dirty nursery rhymes. And he did have a dirty version of Hickory Dickory Dock, obviously.
It's very difficult not to, if that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of dirty if with the first time you hear it, you're like, wait, what? But yes. Also, Michael Adams in the chat says, in solidarity with Poirot, I have begun curling the edges of my mustache with mustache clay. Well, that's good to hear. In solidarity with Commander Riker, I have continued to be a white guy with a beard. So we have solidarity with with various television characters.
A white guy with a dark beard.
Well, yes, that's true. That's true. And you know, latter day Commander Riker, a graying dark beard.
Very distinguished, I will say. Although you don't play the trombone.
No, I do not. I don't. I will never forget. One of my favorite Riker moments is in the episode Chain of Command Part 2, when Captain Jellicoe comes to ask him for a favor after they've kind of fallen out. And Jellicoe is very awkwardly trying to sort of make small talk and find something to, you know, connect with Riker on. And he notices the trombone in Riker's quarters. And he says, do you play? And Riker says, yeah. And Jellicoe says, classical, contemporary? And Riker gets this huge, like, shit-eating grin on his face and goes, jazz. A salt and pepper beard. Exactly, Michael. A distinguished salt and pepper beard.
So distinguished.
And any distinguished quality it may lend me disappears as soon as I start talking, baby. And you're like, oh, no, he's not distinguished at all.
Nope.
Hi, Franny. Glad you could make it.
Yay. Let's see. I don't have a whole lot to talk about. Not much just happened this week.
Well, I guess no news is good news. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in my little corner of the world, nothing much, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Larger events, unfortunately. A lot has happened, and it's not been very good. But
is bad in the larger world.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Caitlin. Glad we can be here for you. Caitlin says, I'm all run down from tooth pain and the antibiotics. I am so sorry to hear that. Hopefully we can cheer you up or distract you or whatever you might happen to need. Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot has happened in my neck of the woods either. I've
working on videos.
I did finish my script. We were talking on the phone earlier. I did finish my
last
script.
Line? Good job.
Yes, actually, you know what I did? I had already written it. It was just in the wrong place.
There you go. That
so
works. That's
just
so
had
great.
to shift things around, and I'm like, oh, that's the end. That's how I should end it. Perfect.
Da-da-da.
Oh, Philip. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, Philip says, Steve, I think how you feel about Superman 4 is how I feel about Batman Forever. Fair enough. I can kind of picture that. I will say, I mean, the way I feel about Superman 4 is definitely not the way I feel about Batman Forever. Like, and I was still relatively young when I saw Batman Forever. Like, it came out and I was only 15. It's not like I was a cynical old adult, when Batman Forever came out, and I do have nostalgia for my teenage years, but I
But
don't
not for
have
that.
nearly. I don't have, yeah, with Superman 4, like I have affection for it, even though I know I see now that it's a lousy movie. But Batman Forever, I don't have that affection for. But I'm glad that you do, Philip. I'm glad that you do.
It's very much. Am I allowed to talk about your upcoming video?
Oh, please, yes.
There's a
The one I finished
parallel.
writing? Yeah.
The Superman, not Superman 4. It's Ultimate.
All-Star
No,
Superman?
All-Star. Man, my brain
Yes.
was saying Ultimate, and I'm like, no, stop
That's
it.
Marvel.
But then I know, and it just wouldn't shut up. So yeah, All-Star Superman, the comics versus the movie. Whereas, you know, in that one is better than the other. I think we both feel that way about the movie and the novelization. The novelization by Peter David, so good.
The Batman Forever novelization. Yeah, I said it in my Peter David video, and you and I talked about it before.
I remember that. Yeah.
I read the novel because the novel back then, the movie now, I don't know how things are now. I don't pay attention, but back then, sometimes a movie novelization would come out weeks before the movie came out. Like it would already be on the shelf, because back then there were these things known as shopping malls. And I guess the feeling was, well, you know, you want to have the book on the shelf already, so that if somebody sees the movie and then they're walking through, and of course the movie theater is at the mall, and then they're walking through the mall after the movie and they stop in the bookstore, which is another thing that used to exist. There used to be malls, and the malls used to have bookstores. You know, they might notice, oh, hey, look, there's a novelization of the movie we just saw. I'll go ahead and pick that up. And so, yeah, I read the novel. Yeah.
They'll be at the bookstore, see the novelization, read it, and be like, man, that was good. I've got to see what it looks like on the big screen. I've got to see that movie.
Yeah, which you know, I mean, I had intended to see it anyway, but I mean, I read the novel, and yeah, it's way better than the movie.
So,
and you're like, this isn't what I thought it would be.
Philip says he was 9. First Batman movie in the cinema. Yeah, there's definitely some nostalgia factor going on there.
And that is, I mean, that's almost exactly my Superman 4 story. I was 7, and it was the first, and I was already a Superman fan, but that was the first Superman movie I actually got to see on the big screen. So, you know, yeah.
Mr. I Love the Ants asked, what does classical trombone sound like? It sounds like with an orchestra. Like, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a lot of
because you have experience, right? You have experience.
Yeah. I don't. Oh gosh, I don't know if I've played with a full, or I guess I have at some point. I'm guessing, but not or with this. I guess it would be a symphony. You know, now that I think about it, I'm not entirely certain. I think there's a difference, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Again, brain just is not. I'm on summer brain now, I guess.
255 AD says, if the United Nations want to get rid of all the nukes, why don't they just do it? If they don't, does that mean he's disarming the Earth by force? The United Nations does not have the authority to just do it. Now,
that would be
could
Nike.
do it. Yeah, exactly. If Nike wanted to get rid of all the nukes, they could. Why haven't Nike done that? Anyway, the UN would have to pass a resolution that all of the other member states would then agree to in order for that to happen. And the thing is, permanent members of the Security Council all have a veto. So if one of those countries, and by the way, it would be us, it would be the United States, probably, not necessarily, but probably. If one of those countries said, nope, we're not doing that, all they would have to do is vote no, and that would cancel it out. So it's incredibly unlikely that the United Nations, even if a majority of the member states wanted to and would vote to, it's very unlikely the United Nations would ever actually do that. So, I mean, yes, I guess technically Superman was disarming the Earth by force, but it's because we just simply refuse to do it ourselves. Joe McClory says, have you ever read the novelization of a movie adapted from a novel? No, but that does remind me of one of my favorite jokes from the latter years of The Office, when several of the characters are taking a road trip and Michael puts on an audiobook to sort of, you know, entertain them and break the silence. And the audiobook he has is the novelization of the movie. What was the fucking... with Gabriel Sidibe? Fuck. I can't remember it.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up
Can't
now.
help you. Can't help you.
Precious. So there was a movie,
Oh,
the movie. So and Precious was based on a novel titled
yeah.
Sapphire, or the
Yes.
Push by Sapphire.
Push.
Sapphire was
Yeah.
the author. Push by Sapphire. So he was listening to an audiobook of the movie novelization of the movie Precious based on the novel Push by Sapphire. It's quite a mouthful, but yeah. Yes, Philip, thank you. Precious. Oh, 255 AD, that's another big piece of shit. The first sci-fi movie I ever saw was the 1997 Lost in Space. Whew.
Man, people can remember those things. I have no idea what the first movie I saw in the theaters was. Or even the first sci-fi movie. No clue.
You know, I'm not sure what mine was either, as far as like first movie ever. I know that one of the first, and you'll love this, Dana. One of the first was the re-release of Pete's Dragon, which I demanded, that my mother take me out of like halfway through. I found it so boring. I was like, can we, and I was like 5. I was like, can we please just go? This is so boring.
Oh,
so yeah,
no.
I don't know if that was the very first, but that was really, really early on. That was one of the first. And I was like, okay, you know what? I think I get it. Can we go?
I feel like that's a movie for parents of kids. It's not actually a movie for kids. Because all the good stuff is like in the songs for the villains. You know, We Got a Bill of Sale right here. Like that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I love Every Little Inch. Oh my gosh, like that's my villain song. And the doctor, like his outfit, oh my gosh, he looks so good. He's not he's not ugly, but he's not like freaking Cary Grant. But
Yeah.
that outfit, the dove gray suit with the cape, with the red satin interior, oh my gosh, he just looks so smooth. He looks so great. So amazingly good. Ben Vereen was jealous. Because let me tell you, like as the principal player in Pippin, like he should have looked like that, and they didn't give him that costume. Yeah. But yeah, oh my gosh, he just looks so suave. I'm like, I want to wear a suit like that. Ah, and the top hat and tails and a cape. Top hat, tails, and a cape with a red satin lining. So good. Anyway,
it's a look. I like people sharing their first movies in the theater. This is cool.
Yes.
255 AD's first movie ever was Space Jam. And you went back to the theater after that. You said, I want to see another movie.
It has to get
good
better,
for you.
Maybe.
It's got to get better. It's got to be better than this. And Franny, the Godzilla, I presume the original, says 1950s version. And you cried because Godzilla was just trying to get back to his mommy. That's a nice interpretation. I am also 100% on Godzilla's side. No matter what Godzilla does, I'm like, Godzilla's right to do this.
Yeah. I mean, especially these days.
Even in the older ones where he's unambiguously a villain. Like, he became a good guy pretty quick. Like, I think Toho, the producers of the Godzilla movies, realized pretty quick, people like Godzilla.
Everybody loves Godzilla.
Yeah. But even in the earlier version, when it's like, he's the monster, he's the destructor, I'm like, no, I'm on his side. He should destroy this city. He should kill these people. I'm sure he has a good reason,
Some people just got to go.
The nuclear bomb metaphor kind of went over my head at that point. And I was like, I'm rooting for Godzilla. The embodiment of nuclear weapons. I'm rooting for Godzilla. Miguel, that's a good one. First movie was Jurassic Park. That's not bad. That's a pretty good first movie.
Debbie, I'm curious which
Liz says Return of the Jedi, also a good one.
Mm-hmm. Although Sean also said AI summaries are coming for my students. I got news for you, Sean. They've been here.
They're here.
They were here. They were here last year. Okay. I'm just.
Well, yeah, you've been doing the Spot the Bot thing for 2 or 3 years at this point, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, that's more about student writing, like saying, look, I can recognize when you have AI generate stuff. So what AI generating a summary of like what you were supposed to have read, like yeah, it's the point isn't just what happened. It's not just to know, like the point reading Romeo, studying Romeo and Juliet, the point is not to know who died first. Like,
That's trivia. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And so much of, it's just what the AI will give you is just this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, da da da. And yeah, and it's just and what really got me was when they would do it during class. I'm like, I can see you. You have your laptop on your desk. I can see your screen.
I can see what you're doing. Michael, of course we're counting drive-in movies. Drive-in movies, one of the best ways to see a movie. I wish we had a drive-in that still operated around where I live. I'd love to go to a drive-in movie every once in a while. Yes, absolutely. I count drive-in movies. Gregory's is a good one. At least I'm not a huge fan of the movie, but in terms of like a classic epic movie to be your first movie seeing, Tora Tora Tora. There you go. A star-studded World War II epic.
I'm wondering I think it matters maybe how old you were. I mean, if you were 5, I don't know if it would hit the same. So,
oh, of course.
I love 25580's story about going to see Digimon instead of Pokemon. At least it's not the bloody Digimon movie.
At least it's not the bloody Digimon movie. I remember when I went to see Batman Mask of the Phantasm, which came out over Christmas, and I went to see it with Granny. Granny took me to see it. And Granny, not a Batman fan at all. Like, she was just going to the movies with her grandson. She didn't really.
Did she say that Batman had a very handsome voice?
No, but during one of the trailers before the movie was for the first Ace Ventura, for Ace Ventura Pet Detective.
Uh-oh.
And after the movie was over, we were walking back out to the car, and I said, "Well, what did you think, Granny? What did you think of the movie?"
Oh no.
And she said, "Well, it was better than that thing they previewed is going to be." She was not impressed by the Ace Ventura trailer. So by comparison, the Batman movie was better than whatever that was. So, oh, Mr. I Love the Ants. Oh, that might be my favorite so far. First movie was Barton Fink. Now that is one hell of an introduction to the movies, my friend.
Gregory Laborde, many hijinks at the drive-in. You're not wrong.
Indeed. Indeed.
Joe, I was told we had to leave ET because I know they killed ET. So sad.
Good. Should have left him dead.
Well, I mean, they did leave him dead. He just
yeah.
He just didn't stay dead. Oh, you mean the writers?
Yeah, that's right, kids. Welcome to reality. This is what's going to happen to your dogs and your cats and your goldfish. Get used to it. Welcome to real life.
I do love Elliot's fake tears when he realizes he's alive and he's like, ah! And he has to convince the scientists who are all around him that he's still very, very, very upset. That was fun.
It reminds me of a movie that just recently came out. It came out this year, called Novocaine, with Jack Quaid, where he plays a guy who can't feel pain. And there's a scene where he's being tortured, and for story purposes, he needs the guy who's torturing him to think that it hurts, right? He doesn't want to give away that he can't feel pain to the guy that's attacking him. So the guy is like, he's like, using pliers on his fingernails and like stabbing him with stuff and like doing all kinds of really sadistic, awful stuff that would be agonizing to a normal person. But to this guy, he doesn't even feel it. But he's never felt pain. He doesn't know what it feels like. So he has to pretend that it hurts. So the guy is like, peeling off one of his fingernails with needle nose pliers. And he's going like, oh, hey, oh man, come on. He's like,
he's never seen a movie.
He's doing his best to be, hey, oh, geez, come on. E.T. You mean Steven Spielberg presents the New Testament? That's pretty good. Oh man, 255 AD, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie. You talk about a step down from the source material to the
Yeah.
movie. Oh my God, the comics, the original comics are some of my favorites. I love the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen comics. The
And then they're
movie
like,
is,
we can make money off of this.
oh, God damn. He thought it was incredible because he hadn't seen a movie with effects after about 1985. Well, I mean, if that's,
yes, it had those. It had
it's a
effects from
great
after
movie for people.
1985.
It's a great movie for people who don't watch movies. That's
And
an endorsement
who are
for you.
interested in special effects.
Yeah, who are easily impressed by special effects. It's 20 after the hour. Do you want to start watching the episode?
Yes, I do.
Let's get started. You want to tell everybody how this works?
Okay, so hopefully you have found the episode wherever you're going to get it from. And so pull that up on your device of choice, but pause it so that it hasn't started. And it should be at 0000.
00. Yep.
All right. If it's a little bit off, like a second or two, not a big deal. But don't be halfway through it because then it won't make sense. And so get ready with your remote control or your mouse or whatever you're using to control your device. And Steve is going to count us in 3, 2, 1, play. And when Steve says play, we all click play at the same time. And then we all watch together and we chit chat and we miss some things. But that's okay. Because, like, I'm familiar with the story. I have read this. I don't remember the last time. I don't remember the last time I've read it. And I don't remember the last time I've seen it. But I can talk all I want to. Ha 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 ha. So I'm ready. I have my screen up right here. It's ready. Da 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 da. I'm ready.
All right, I'm ready to count us in. One thing real quick. Sean O'Sullivan says Sean Connery turned down Lord of the Rings to make League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That decision cost him $500 million. He didn't need the money. He made the right decision. Okay, here we go. I'll count us down from 3. Everybody hit play when I say play. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
It just makes me so happy. Jazz.
Jazz.
Sean Connery.
It's me, Poirot. Hello.
He might not have had good movie sense, but you know what he had? A career.
I don't know, Kay. I mean, he didn't have terrible movie sense. I mean, he was in some he did make a lot of stinkers, but he also made some quite memorable films. I mean, his movie sense wasn't that bad.
I mean, he did all right with the James Bond stuff, didn't he?
James Bond. He was in Robin and Marion, which a lot of people consider the best Robin Hood movie.
Mm-hmm.
And even some of his misses are entertaining, like Zardoz. I mean, it's not a good movie, but Jesus Christ, is it fun to watch? Yeah, Mr. Vance is with me. Zardoz. This is who? This is Sean Connery.
That is a big clock.
Okay, the Hickory Dickory Dock thing is a bit literal, but I'll...
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's the Tom Cruise of mice. It's doing all of its own stunts.
Uh-oh.
Socialism.
Oh, yeah, The Rock. That's a fun one.
Welcome to The Rock.
Pauline. Hi, little mousy. Oh, gosh. Those little black eyes.
I'm here to spread disease. It would work with the Mission Impossible theme. Yes, Mr. I love the ants.
Look at him. Such a good baby. Oh, dramatized by Anthony Horowitz.
Do you know who that is?
I am familiar with him as an author. Yes, I don't like
Oh, cool.
know him.
Well, I didn't think you knew him personally, but I'm not familiar with the name.
Well,
That's cool.
apparently I knew personally the guy from Star Trek.
Yes, he's like a cousin of yours, right?
No, the
Or
best friend of a
okay,
cousin's husband.
close enough. That's a cousin.
I was in a wedding that he was in. Like, I've actually met him.
There you go. That's a lot of meat for a mouse. I don't believe that.
You're having steak while the madam's away with béarnaise sauce. Caitlin, yeah, the Alex Rider books. He's done a bunch of like kid stuff, which is why I know him. Steak was expensive even then. I'm broke. Oh, and then he goes and spends money on the newspaper. I. Oh God. Oh God. Only 10 or 15 pounds? I mean, how much did he get? I don't
I
remember.
didn't catch the credits. Is Sir Stanley there, whose picture we saw in the paper? Is he played by David Burke? I just got a glimpse of him, but it looked like David Burke.
I couldn't tell
Hope
you.
I assume he will be an on-screen character at some point, and I'll let you know when when he shows up. And I will let you know who David Burke is if you don't happen to know.
Well, I mean, they had a bucket there, and if he's got some pennies, he could have given them. He's like, sorry, this is what I got.
Oh, that is Damian Lewis. Wow, this is a star-studded episode. I don't know about that, Sean. Filet steak tastes like crap. I mean, I'm not a snob when it comes to steak. I'll eat anything that's cooked right, but I mean, if a fillet is cooked properly, I would not say it tastes like crap.
No, I mean, I am not picky when it comes to food. I like
Yeah,
pretty much all cuts of beef as long as they're cooked well,
as long as it's
appropriately.
cooked right. Yeah,
Different ways.
exactly.
Yeah, like if you
Yeah,
overcook a fillet and then oh gosh,
yeah,
but yeah, done right, it's wonderfully soft and flavorful.
yeah.
Wow, that's some red hair.
Yeah. Is she asking whether they would call the police over a theft? Seems like
Well,
exactly
all
the sort
these
of thing you call it. Oh, Michael, I don't blame you for that. That doesn't sound, for most cuts of beef, that doesn't sound super appetizing.
Oh, that's a chunky mouse.
Well, she seems nice.
Shh, shh, Caitlin, shh.
I'm starting to think the mouse did it, says HP again.
Always suspect the cute ones. Sean, meat doesn't have to have the muscle has flavor too. The fat adds flavor of a different sort.
Yeah, again, it goes back to, is it cooked right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's overcooked, it's not going to be any good, no matter how much
Well,
marbling
I
it
mean,
has. You know?
and it depends. It depends on what you like.
Oh,
If it's
absolutely.
overcooked, it's going to be tough. But a very rare one is going to be kind of springy.
Who opens a bag like that? This is like the Jiminy Cricket of mice. Oh, they showed movies in my elementary school in the 80s too, Tina. I don't think we ever watched Old Yeller or Where the Red Fern Grows, but we watched some other ones. Right this way, officer. The mouse is in here.
Maybe he's a little friend. See, they're so small. David C. Drake, so many diamonds, so little mice. Little mice.
Mm. It's a full gazy. It's not this guy who wears hats indoors, Sean. I like a properly cooked medium rare steak. With no ketchup, thank you. Word
We
nerd,
saw the
exactly. I used to eat my
diamonds in
steak
the
like that when I was 7.
paper. In the paper.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
You are fired.
I remember this. There's this great little section about Miss Lemon wasn't supposed to have a sister. She lives. She's like kids think of teachers. She lives here.
She
This
doesn't
is
have a
it. She doesn't have
life.
a family. She doesn't have a life. This is her life. She thinks of filing systems in her free time. Oh,
As long as your sister can pay my fee.
Caitlin, 3 of them.
That'll do it, Sean.
Uh-huh. Although, in fairness, I do also like liver well cooked. Like I said, I like
Oh, yeah.
I'm not picky when it comes to food.
I like liver.
Yeah, Caitlin, I was thinking the same thing.
They seem like they're really sisters, yeah.
Yeah.
Poirot.
Well,
Caitlin. Scottish guy. Well. Sorry, Patricia. You don't like it so much. Why don't you move out? Why don't you find somewhere else to live? Huh?
Dun dun dun. The
Oh, he looks
cars.
like a
Love the
he looks like a
cars.
good guy. He looks like a good guy. I don't think he's a threat to
Oh
anybody.
man. Using blush as eyeliner. That'll do it. Actually, they don't see anything, but
I would catch you. Sweet.
He's like, can I just have some tea?
Can I just yeah? Can I have anything else? I have a question.
He was so little and round.
Yeah, I'm starting to think H.B. Hager was right. This mouse is going to kill somebody.
Of course.
Of course, I was right.
Oh, Debbie, do you like barbecue though?
Yeah.
Think you might be able to skate by on that. Don't murder nobody.
Bum,
Dun
bum,
dun
bum.
dun. Little mouse.
Soon I
So
will kill
friendly.
you all.
Dun dun dun.
All right.
Also, pour me more whiskey or whatever that is.
So, Liz, you're saying he looks more like a brain than a pinky?
Maybe he's helping.
I didn't catch that before. Her name is Hubbard. Tis good that you have stolen these things. Oh, the tenants call her Hubbard. Okay, I got you, Caitlin. Because they know because they know the title of the episode.
Well,
Dun
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 dun.
dun. Pizza. Mm. Yum pizza, indeed, David.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Caitlin, I was thinking it was just silly. Little mouse.
I hope the mouse gets to deliver the who did it speech in this one.
Somehow I doubt that.
Die. Ha ha. I call it human poison.
Mm-hmm. Dun, dun, dun.
Body count 1 for the mouse.
Oh, no. Oh, no, Jeff. No.
No, he's
No,
doing
no, honey.
fine.
So far. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, no.
Where do you think he left the iron?
All on the shirt. Uh-huh. Yep.
Or just wear a jacket. Nobody will even notice.
Mrs. Lemon did.
It's a good shit, too.
Shh. You didn't have a motive, did you? You said that's the kind of murder you could do, right?
Right.
Pizza. I don't know. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Norman Bates.
No, Leonard. See,
Oh,
you have to pay attention to the show, Steve.
Leonard Bates. So this is the brain for the monster of Frankenstein, yes?
Dun dun dun.
He seems innocent.
Reason. See, I'm being quiet, Steve. I said maybe it stung him very deeply and like it got into his spinal fluid. Somebody been murdered. Dun dun dun. At the university, studying.
In the library.
Gasp.
Hi, geek. Oh, okay. Well then.
Yeah.
What?
Uh,
Why, just look at the gratitude written all over his face.
oh, oh, oh boy.
Never mind. Don't touch my bidet, okay? Just don't touch it. Just leave it alone. Oh yeah. Yummy, yummy. Huh? Dig in. Pick your favorite.
Her face.
I think she had more than one drink. About 3 more minutes, by the way, and we'll pause for the night.
Mousy.
Who wants it next?
Mousy, guys.
The mouse assassin. That's good. Oh, thank God. I wanted to do it.
The mouse is glaring at you.
You had it coming, lady. And you're to blame.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wow, those eyebrows. Dun, dun, dun.
And pause.
Right at the black screen. There we go.
We'll pick it up there next time around.
Those
I have it paused.
eyebrows.
I have it paused at 53:19, so that's where we'll start next time. Yeah, boy, the mouse is kind of stealing the show here.
I know, he's so small and so cute. This is so fluffy.
I'm liking, yeah, Caitlin Gowron eyebrows. Yeah, totally.
You know, HB Haga, you're not wrong.
Yeah, that's true. He's got the profile for it. Yeah. He's definitely very, very shadow-esque.
So
we will, and so we will watch part 2 next week.
And then we'll go back to watching Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine for 2 weeks, because that is our new pattern. Yes.
Caitlin, yes.
McScottish.
Well, I mean, Scotty.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
You know.
C. Montgomery Scott.
Shouldn't it be S. Montgomery Scott?
Montgomery Scott.
So this week, just 2 days from now, we have Ask Away. So if you are a member of this channel, or if you are one of Steve's patrons, you get to send him a question and say, hey, Steve, read this question and answer it.
That's
Boss
right.
Steve Around Day on Friday. Woo!
I prefer to think of it as a Q&A type thing. Dana likes to think of it as a make Steve say things kind of deal. So whichever way you take it. Yeah.
And there's still time if you, like me, are something of a slacker and haven't turned it in. You know, go ahead. Actually, I'm not going to make it this Friday, alas.
You have a previous engagement.
I do. I'll be at the park working on July 4th.
Oh, speaking of which. So yes, this Friday, which also happens to be the date of my next Ask Away, is July 4th.
Yep.
But you know that today, July 2nd, is America's actual birthday, don't you? Because, and this was actually the date that John Adams assumed future generations would celebrate as the
Oh,
birthday of America, because July 4th is the day that the Declaration of Independence was published, but July
yes.
2nd is the day that it was adopted. So independence was officially declared on this day. It's just that people didn't
So,
find out about it until July 4th.
so July 4th is like Juneteenth.
For white people, yes, it's like Juneteenth for white people.
So it's kind of a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. Yeah.
Kind of a big deal. So yeah, and if you are not a channel member, there's a little button down here that you can click and you can join as a channel member, or you can go to patreon.com/Steve Shives and you can support Steve's wonderful YouTube work over there as well. And then and then come back on Friday to listen to Steve read your wonderful words live on stream at 6 p.m.
Yes.
Of course,
right.
And then join everybody else. Alas, I will not be. I would love to be there, but I'll be at work on Friday.
Well, you will be presumably getting paid for the other thing you're doing, and I mean, I was not planning to pay you for hanging out in the chat of my live stream. So, I mean, in that sense, you're coming out ahead, you know.
A little bit, and I really do enjoy the work. For July 4th is always interesting. It's so crowded at the park because they do put on a good fireworks show, and a lot of people show up for that.
Oh, good.
And then of course it's a holiday, so a lot of people show up because of that as well. So so yeah, I'll be parking cars and then walking the park and then helping with bags and check bags and stuff like that. And I'm sure I'll find out about it on Saturday because I'll be getting home late and then showering, going straight to bed. So no fireworks for me. Well, fireworks for me, but I'll be on
a long night of you'll be confiscating fireworks from people's bags and such. No, you can't have that.
Hopefully not, but it's entirely possible. And then yeah, next week back here at same time, we'll watch the rest of the episode. Who do you think the murderer is? You can say in the chat if you think it didn't. If you know.
Yeah, no spoilers if you know.
If you don't know, you're welcome to guess.
I still think it's the mouse. It's the mouse.
You still think it's mouse?
It's the mouse.
Well, Poirot said it's one of the students, and I don't know that we saw the mouse studying anything.
Well, but have we established unequivocally that the mouse isn't a student? Maybe he's just auditing. Maybe he's not officially enrolled.
We haven't established that the mouse is a student, and the clues should be there, Steve.
He seems pretty smart. You know, that's why I'm word nerd. I think so too. The mouse did it. Mr. I Love the Ants. I think it's Commander Worf. Okay, Worf wouldn't murder somebody. Worf would murder somebody back. Like if you murdered someone Worf cared about first, he would murder you back. He wouldn't just up and murder somebody for no reason.
Well, I mean, nobody murders somebody for no reason.
Well, that's true. Except that Scottish guy, apparently.
Yes, he has to.
As long as you don't have a motive, you're undetectable.
Then you're fine. It's all fine.
It's a nice normal thing for a non-murderer to say. The secret to getting away with murder is just kill a random person. Don't have a motive.
Just kill a rando. There you go. Don't have a motive.
Trust me, I've put a lot of thought into this.
All right. She still is Bathleth. All right. I can yeah. The mouse was really good. Yeah, especially like going up through the holes and everything. I was so proud of that little mouse. I was like, you go, guy. You go, little guy. You come towards the camera. Mouse. Yay! Such a good actor.
Matthew Green, I do, but unfortunately, you just caught the tail end of this one. We're almost done. We've been doing a watch along of an episode of Agatha Christie's Poirot. So you're more than welcome to join us next week for the second half of it. And you're more than welcome to join me.
We're watching Hickory Dickory Dock, so you can get caught up on the first half, and then we'll watch the second half next week. And don't forget to come back Friday for Ask Away. Yes.
Friday is more of a conventional live stream where I'm answering questions and hanging out with the chat and stuff. So if you're
interacting. Yeah. And then also don't forget to look down in the description for some organizations that could use some financial support, as well as Page.
Charitylinks.page.
Charitylinks.page. Man, my brain is just not cooperating tonight. Where some of our friends and associates who could use
you were
some
doing
financial supports.
your pincers, which you do sometimes when you can't think of something. You're just
I'm
like,
give me the word, brain, give me the word. It didn't work.
or I'll give you the clamps. Matthew, we do this one weekly on Wednesdays, and the one I'm doing on Friday is every other Friday. So this coming Friday, but not next Friday, etc.
And Caitlin just put the link right in the chat there,
Thank you, Caitlin.
charitylinks.page.
Thank you.
So
Caitlin.
yeah, if you have the wherewithal, helping people is good.
It sure is. And let's end on a good piece of advice from Joe. Realistically, the best way to get away with it is to frame a person too poor to hire a lawyer, or as it's also known, the American way. Happy birthday, America.
Yay.
All right.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Have a good night.